welcome back. And today we're in a very special car because this is pretty much one of the last of the Firebirds. This is a 2002 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. And let me tell you guys that I've always liked the Pontiac Firebirds because they are the sister car to the Camaro, and in my opinion, they're just a better looking car as well. Now the Firebird is powered by a 5.7 liter LS1 V8. Now the cool thing about this one is, and about 25% of the other 2002s, is that they came with an LS6 block. And the cool thing about the LS6 block is that it has better oiling, which is better for cornering. Talking about cornering, this is on lowering springs, has subframe connectors, and also sway bars. Here we go. Freaking second gear winds out in this thing. It's 6-speed manual transmission too. It is awesome. Brakes on this are Brembos from a CTSV, and it has 14-inch Gen 5 Camaro rotors. 6 1/4 are pretty good too. Live axle. This is nice, and the shifter, short throw shifter on it, so it is super quick, super precise. I'm loving this thing already. And another thing about this transmission is that it's a T56, so yeah, it's pretty much a Viper transmission, which is cool as hell to me also. So we're settling at 60 miles an hour, and we're revving at 1400 RPM-ish indicated. So miles per gallon on these is very similar to like a C5 Corvette would be. You get 28 miles to the gallon on the highway if you drive it like a grandpa, which, you know, you're not going to happen today. And in the city, you should be able to eke out 19 miles to the gallon, and that is great. Another cool thing about this car is that the miles per gallon on the V6 isn't that much better. So unless you are talking about insurance and stuff like that, this is probably the best bet to get. So I touched up on that this car has an LS6 block. Now it's still built up as an LS1, so it makes the same amount of horsepower, 310 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque. Car is good for 0 to 60 in a 5-second range, and a 1/4 mile should be dispatched in the 13-second range. Now over here, you know what time it is. Second gear here. Little long gear. Oh man, it does sound good, boys. It does sound good. Man, this thing pulls so freaking nicely. Definitely know that this car, this engine, is built for torque because it just keeps shoving you at the same rate. It doesn't feel peaky at all. And on these brakes here, just a little bit more. Now this car is on C5 wheels, and they're deep dish. So on the front we got 275s, and on the rear we got a Nitto 555R, which is a drag radial. So it should hook pretty nicely. Now we're gonna take off at the light and we're just gonna punch it, see what it does. I'm kind of getting Cobra vibes, like this transmission, you kind of have to manhandle it to shift it properly. I'm digging this, man. This is good, and it moves out nice, man. This thing is quick. Freaking loving it. This is all smiles for me, something like this, you know. Horsepower figures, torque figures, you know, they're not freaking the world either, but if a car does this, it's all good. And these freaking brakes are amazing too, man. These Brembos, they just stop you very, very nice. Like the moment you touch that brake pedal, it does its thing. I'm blown away how good this car from 2002 drives. I love it when a car is violent like this, where you have to really freaking drive it to get the performance out of it. This is nice, man. This is very, very good. So I touched up on it already. This is the last of the Firebirds. In 2010, we would get the Gen 5 Camaro, but in 2010, Pontiac was also officially no more. And for me, that's a big downer. The reason why, because Pontiac, in my opinion, was the reason why we got the entire muscle car craze. With the GTO, John Z. DeLorean had his hand in that, which it is John Z. DeLorean from, right, the DeLorean. And I'm really sad that Pontiac's no more, because that means that this car, the Firebird, is no more. The Trans Am is gone. And incidentally, this car is black. And two of my favorite Trans Ams were black too. The Bandit Trans Am, and of course KITT. Because I'm a kid from the 80s. That's what I grew up with. Watching freaking Knight Rider. Now this, never really saw a Knight Rider show, at least not in the capacity of the 80s. The Gen 3 would have, and the Gen 2 was made iconic by the Bandit, Smokey and the Bandit. And the 77 or 78 is my favorite model in that one. Kind of lost it in 79, in my opinion. But this one especially hits different. I mean, the Camaros, they are okay, but this has always been just a little bit more flamboyant, just a little bit more rounded, better looking. And actually, if I'm completely honest, you only have to say one freaking thing: pop-up headlights. You don't get that with the Camaro. You can only get it in the freaking Firebird, the Gen 4 Firebird, and it just works. I freaking love it. It's 2002, and we still got pop-up headlights. Love it. Oh yeah. Oh man. Of course, you got the freaking T-tops, which is great too. And there's also one other reason why this car is special. The owner picked this up 6 years ago with just under 20,000 miles on it. So it is pretty much as virgin as you can get it. This is as close to showroom new as you can get it driven, actually driven, instead of a stored in a garage car. Because this car makes it out to a bunch of car shows. I actually have it in a bunch of car shows. And the cool thing is that I met the owner, not at a car show, but a local Sonic. I was in my Mustang, I pulled in, and I'm like, let's talk to the enemy real quick, because, you know, GM, Ford, you know, that whole thing. And we kind of got to talking a little bit, and, you know, we were going to do a review, then this whole stuff happened, and we ended up, you know, postponing it, but now we are back to solid. So talk about the performance mods real quick. It has an air intake lid, and it has a catback exhaust system. So that makes it just a little bit louder. Now we're gonna put it in first gear over here, I think, and just give it the beans under this tunnel and see how it sounds. Because second gear just didn't get the revs quite high enough. Yeah. Gonna brake over here. Now it's another one of these things is that visibility, you got a big old C-pillar right there, which kind of hoses you up, but once you're straight. Yes. The noises this car makes me a very, very happy man. So let's get back to the styling. There's one thing about the side profile that I absolutely love. It has a great swooping line already, but the integrated rear spoiler is something that you just don't see on cars like this. And the Camaro just doesn't do it as good. Now, if you go to the rear, you see the honeycomb taillights, and that just hits different as well, because it's a freaking awesome look. It's so awesome even that you can get the decals for your Mustang. I mean, this gets it from factory. And on the front, it does not have the WS6 Ram Air option, so it still has a clean and sleek hood. For some reason, I am not as much of a fan of the WS6 hood, because it feels like they're just doing a little bit too much there. Now when you talk about the interior, it definitely has that freaking 90s flair to it. And the gauge is big, round, in your face. And I love that the speedo goes all the way up to 150 miles an hour, actually 155. And it'll make it there too. It will run out to speedo, and that is a rare thing, because most of the time when people put speedos in cars, they're like, okay, well, let's make it optimistic. It'll never get there. It just looks cool. This actually will run out of the speedo if you have enough space to do it. Another thing about the interior is the seats. They have a very classic look to them, and that's what I love about them, because it makes this car feel just a little bit older with the vertical stripes on them. And also you have adjustable lumbar support and side support. Conclusion? Well, it's a very simple one. It corners nice, it looks nice, and when you put your foot in it, it goes nice as well. Man, it winds out. I freaking love this thing. Shane, thank you so much for letting me drive your Virgin Trans Am. Last of the Firebirds, man. This is truly one of the treats that I think just a few people can experience, and I'm happy that I was one of them. Yes! Nice! You guys take care, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. What was that? Was that the exhaust doing its thing?
Yeah. I'm just used to all the noise, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, this is like, yeah, in case you don't know, subframe connectors are making noise and the exhaust is making noise. Just old car things, just accept that.
And it's funny, before I put those on there, you could feel the body shift.
That is something you just cannot do anything against. It's a hot one. Mm-hmm. Got the drag radials like
runner shoes.
Yep.